What is it like being, having sort of matriarch figures, Michelle and Angelina on this?
For me, I felt like a true audience member and a fan, like a super fan watching them on set, especially, specific scenes where they would really go head to head. And I'm just watching them back and forth and this is so cool that I get to be witness to this. But also, especially, for Angelina and I, we had the first film, I was 14 when I did the first film. So she's really watched me grow up, and our relationship has changed throughout those years too, and we get to talk about things that we couldn't when I was a kid, and it's
what?
Nice.
Like what did you talk about
stuff.
that?
Girl stuff.
I like it. Congratulations on the song, having the song in the film. What does that mean to you?
It's incredible. I watched the movie. I was blown away by it, and I had written this song that I was inspired by a really interesting story. And it was actually when not Angelina. Sorry, I just met her, so I'm a little.
That's all right. She sticks in your brain, right?
Yeah, she's right over there, and I
totally all right.
Energy. Remember when Serena Williams wore the jumpsuit, the cat suit, and they made a big deal about it, and she ended up wearing the tutu. Mm-hmm. So I was very inspired by that. So I went to the studio that night, and I wrote a song called "You Can't Stop the Girl" because I was like, she is so strong and inspiring. And I wrote the song, and then the director Joachim heard it and asked for the song to be in the movie. So I went to go watch it, and I was like, yes. And I sent it over to the producers, also Angelina. Yeah. And when she said it, she loves the song, and I was like, oh my god. So, and that's how it happened.
That's great. Did you have to change it at all to fit the soundtrack?
We added an 80-piece orchestra.
Oh wow.
Which I've never done before. It was we have videos of it. It's so incredible. It's like spine tingling.
That's very cool, though.
Yeah.
Getting a chance to try something new for them.
Because I've never had an 80-piece orchestra on a song.
Yeah.
That's very expensive.
Hey, when it's with a movie with Angelina Jolie and Disney, I feel like they can find a way to find the money.
Yeah, it was really cool. I was like, what?
Talk to me about Angelina Jolie. What's your earliest memory of her?
Just seeing her, I loved her in Tomb Raider. I loved her when she went to the VMAs and she would just show up all grungy and rock and roll. I love her career the way that it's like a goal of mine,
Yeah.
She's this badass, and now she's just, I don't know, I just think she's so strong and cool.
Yeah.
And classy. She's rock and roll class. That's what I want to be.
I like it. I feel like you're well on that path towards rock and roll class, if not on it already, for sure.
Yeah, I'm definitely on the rock and roll part.
I'd say a little bit of class too. Yeah, a little bit. What's it like to find yourself in a film with Angelina and Michelle Pfeiffer?
I like the way you say the phrase "find yourself," as if I just woke up and I'm like, "Whoa, what am I doing here with Angelina Jolie and Michelle Pfeiffer?"
I do imagine that there's some element of yes, I'll take that job, and then it sinks in a different way when you're on set, right?
Yeah, for sure. It was a big draw to work with them, to learn from them. I'm at a stage where I just want to improve. I just want to learn and grow, and I feel like I'm fulfilling some of my potential, but I've got a lot of improving to do, in this craft. And so to work opposite actors such as them, I'm only going to learn from their experience and energy and generosity. Chiwetel Ejiofor as well. So it was amazing, I must admit sometimes I would find myself on set and think, oh my word, I'm doing a scene with Michelle Pfeiffer and Angelina Jolie, and they are so lovely and so professional.
Congratulations on this. Did you ever have a take where you thought, I could be more evil? I could definitely be badder in this.
I could have been way more evil.
What gets you into that space? Is it the script, or do you have a little thing in your head where it's this is what my personification of evil feels like? I'm going to embody that.
Well, the thing about playing, you can't play evil, okay? You have to play the person. You have to find the humanity in whatever character you're playing. And so it's more challenging when you're playing somebody who's a bit diabolical and off course, if you will.
Yeah.
But it really has to come from that place. Yeah. And she has a kingdom to protect. It's really born out of a deep-rooted fear, really, and a damaged psyche.
Yeah. Is it fun to have somebody like Angelina as a scene partner?
So fun. So fun. I hope we get to do it again. We were just getting started.
Yeah. Do you want to do a second one of these, a third Maleficent film?
Love that, yeah. We'll see.
What's it like getting to be in a film with Angelina and Elle and Michelle?
It's pretty cool, man. It's pretty wild, you know. It's something that I never expected to be able to do, so I feel very fortunate, you know. Not only to work with them, but to like witness them working and witness them being so sort of focused and meticulous with how they work. It was really special.
Is it intimidating at all?
A little bit, yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, definitely. When I first started, it was a lot to process and a lot to like get into, but they made me feel really welcome, and I didn't feel at all like I didn't belong there. So that squashed that pretty quick, man. Yeah.
I mean, what is it like getting to direct Angelina and Michelle and Elle? Like, these are powerhouse women.
Yeah, no, it's great, you know, and there's a reason why they're who they are, you know. They're extremely hardworking, and they're relentless, you know, and they're pushing me to the absolute max of what I can be, and I think at the end of the day, at least we will know that we did our best, you know, because they never stop, and especially Angelina, you know, everything about, you know, of course, her wardrobe, her the angle of the horns, the color of the lipstick. It's like it takes hours and hours and hours, and it's an amazing drive, you know, and that's the fantastic to be a part of.
I like that, man. Did you guys get a chance to have some fun offset as well?
Fun.
Just work.
It's fun to work, you know. It's like yeah, of course. I mean, we spent almost a year together, so it's like you get to know one another a little bit, and you know, especially during the screenwriting process, you know, that's months and months of preparation and working with the screenwriters. You know, you get to hang out at their house and all of that. It's cool.
Congratulations on this. How did it feel to put the horns back on?
Fantastic. I miss them. I wish I could wear them every day.
That would make for an interesting picture of grocery shopping.
I'll be one of those strange ladies in like 20 years. I'm still walking around with them.
I don't think anybody would really think that much of it. I think they're like, yeah, it's Angelina. That's what she does. Yeah, absolutely. The kids were here tonight. You and I talked at an event about how the kids were like not really that interested in mom getting dressed up for this kind of stuff. But do they like love these premieres? They got to know that like that's not the way that most people go to the movies.
Yeah, they know. Well, you know, I've wanted them to be exposed to many things in life, and this is one of those things where you have some fun. And so I think I want them always to know that it's, you know, they've been born into this being a part of their life, and they should enjoy it, and they should find it as fun as it is, but never take it seriously in that way that sometimes people get lost and do. So it is fun. And then they need a balance of other things in life. So
exactly.
You know, and when we're here, we're here.
Yeah, of course. I mean, is Max helped produce a film, or do you see the interest in the industry or like the arts percolating in the kids?
You know, he did, and then he's in Korea studying biochemistry.
Yeah. He went the complete opposite way. Like, we always look at people that we might consider villains.
Yeah.
But this sort of expands on that notion of like, well, they've got a little bit of a story to tell. They might not see themselves that way.
Well, yeah, I think finding all of that sort of nuance, really, and just all of those subtleties in these characters is really important. It's fun to explore, but it's also great, I think, for when I was a kid, fairy tales, fairy stories, you know, they're quite binary in a way, and there was that whole kind of wicked witch, you know, those character tropes, and then re-exploring that, I think, is really useful. It's really it's really important, and I think the first one did that really well, and I loved it. I came to it kind of late, but I loved it when I saw it, and I think this one just expands in all of those ideas in a really rich way. So excited about it.
Right on, man. What was it like for you to get to hang out with Angelina on this?
It was great, you know. She does her best to make everyone feel relaxed, but I was sort of overwhelmed by the whole scale of the thing first time round. But this time I really had a great time. I loved it.
Did the scale of this increased as well?
Yeah, I mean, Elle and Angie and I were saying it makes the first one feel tiny, there were only 3 of us and Charlotte, of course, in the first movie.
Yeah.
And we've opened the door to new friends. Chiwetel, Michelle Pfeiffer, Ed, they're cool new friends.
Yeah, I mean, would you want to do another one of these? Would you want to do a 3 and a 4? Would you want to keep this franchise going?
Yeah, I love this character. I'd love a Diaval spin-off on Disney Plus.
Oh,
just putting that out there.
Making the hard sell. I like it,
That's
man.
what I'm here for.
Do you have a story? Do you have like a...
We can work something out.
I like it, man. Do you guys see this going for more iterations, a 3, a 4? Do we want to keep this going as a franchise?
I mean, that's definitely above our pay grade, but this was a lot of world building. This was taking sort of the original mythology and then expanding it into something entirely different. There are lots of new characters who you get to meet, and who knows? I think in success, anything is possible.
I'm going to just go ahead and lie and say Disney has greenlit number 3 and 4. So we're very excited. We're writing both.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I don't know. I mean, as you said, like there's a lot of world building. Like once you've done that, then and you've done that heavy lifting, you can kind of like play in the sandbox a little bit and have fun with it.
I mean, there are few greater characters on screen now than Maleficent and Angelina Jolie playing Maleficent. So I imagine as long as people keep coming to the theater, they'll keep making them.
Do you write for Maleficent knowing that it's Angelina, having seen the first one, and thinking like this would be a great line for her to deliver? We got to include this.
Oh, yeah, I mean, when you're working on this movie, you're working with Angelina Jolie, and she's, like here's a little trade secret. She is the best writer of Maleficent. She definitely knows that character so well. So you can pitch her lines, and she knows if they'll sing on screen.
Yeah. Has she ever like come up with one like in an ad lib, and you're like, that's it. We got it. That's the one. We're keeping that.
I think often, yeah. I mean, like Micah said, she knows the character better than anyone. So the idea may be the same, but she's saying it in a much better way.